one who's been spying on the village. Now that I see you, I understand why you'd rather not show us a person.
Oh yeah, I knew more in my head actually, but I must get that out, right? So if you got a message to deliver, you're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned.
Forget it. I came down here to do two things. Look for mushrooms and kick somebody's ass. Guess what? I ain't found any mushrooms.
Do you believe you've won a victory? Mortal, the dead walkers come. Your pathetic little village has been discovered, and soon will no longer exist. Today I fall, but dozens of new brothers and sisters will rise from the dead. The Dark Lords will raise me up again, and they will reward me.
Well, your Ice Lords have never messed with a Powder Master now, have they? I know this place. The village is not far away. To the right.
me, Vulcan. Where were you? We were up to our necks in it. They're everywhere. We're holding this gate, but I think the others have been overrun.
Do you know where the captain is?
He headed for the center of the village. Sounded like it wasn't going well over there. You should go and help him.
Yeah.
The prince is on the move again, and he's not wasting any time.
The puppet he confronts is not like the others.
It's more likely to be the puppet master. He looks like a dead walker general. He's probably leading the assault on Valvanor.
All of this power he animates with, it belongs to me. It was stolen and twisted by your miserable magicians. It is time to take back what is mine by right.
If you're planning to take care of him like all the others, sounds good to me. Prince Arundel won't last long facing that kind of monster.
He is using more power than Val will allow me to deploy.
I can take care of myself. And here's my plan. I'm gonna come at him with everything I've got. Killing their general is gonna screw up our enemies big time. Let's go do it.
father did to him, but he seems to want to take revenge personally.
That was one tough undead son of a bitch. But it won't be commanding anyone now. Without their general, the dead walkers should leave us alone for a while. But they'll reorganize, so we can't stay here.
You're right, mercenary. Let's use the time to leave. It's now or never if we're going to get to Karalthas. My father and the armies of the Free Nations should be there. If we hurry, we may be able to participate in the mother of all battles and finally push back the Ice Lords.
If thou dost throw thyself in this battle, the only thing that thou wouldst find is thy death, and the only chance thou hast for saving this world will disappear with thee. Their armies will not win. He knows this, but that is not what motivates him. He is seeking his father's approval. He wants to buy the crown by delivering us to his king. He believes we are at his command. But he is mistaken. I only serve and live for the World Heart. Thy elven city is closer, I can feel it. Forget these suicidal battles. If thou join with them, thy so-called friends will end up turning against thee out of fear or envy.
Sybil would never raise a finger against me. She will back me to the end.
The scribe who is as pretty as she is innocent. Art thou naive? Those priests manipulated thee in the temple in the swamp. But thou placest thy trust in their leader's daughter. Their leader, whose killer thou doth protect. Thou hast no more choice. Thou must hasten to the World Heart and purify it. It is thine only chance. Do combat there, and if thou art not slain, at least one of thy companions, if not all of them, will betray thee to try and control or study the power I bring thee.
Vulcan? Vulcan? You were far away. Is it the demon? He was talking to you, wasn't he?
Yeah, not that he has much to say.
You have to make a decision soon. Will you join us in the battle at Karalthas?
I don't know yet.
I understand. It's been a long day. I'll let you think it over for a while. Let me know when you've made a decision. There you are, at last.
We'll go...
It is but a stage.
It is not enough.
It is a stage. To move in haste would risk incinerating this body, and that is not what we want. Why think thee that the necromancers use their ritual spears to suck the lifeblood from the world heart? Why think theeist that not one among them can control the flame? They can but use the energy of the world heart. We hold its power, the flame. Aside from the dragons, no fleshly vessel has ever been able to master it.
And see what good it did them. Now that I am revealed, the sorcerers will covet this power.
As do thy supposed allies. Thou shouldst beware of them and their weakness. Let nothing stop thee from preserving thyself lest we finish, as did the dragons.
Perhaps it is time I took things in hand.
Vulcan, have you seen something?
They use thee.
Coming, Vulcan. Your captain will be wondering where we are.
Huh? Yeah, of course. Let's go.
There you are, sire. Right. Change of plan. Seeing how cold it is, it will come as no surprise to you to learn that the dead walkers have already been here. They are still close.
We must rejoin my father's army as swiftly as we may.
I think we already found them. Take a look around us.
There are survivors. Apparently they are camped not far from here. This soldier will lead us to them.
Prince Arundel, my lord, can it be you?
Soldier, what happened here? Is the king with you?
The Deadwalkers took us by surprise. The cold and the ice. We stood no chance. Almost all of the city has been invaded by the ice.
My father! Where is the king?
I know not, your highness. But a few of us were able to escape. Lord Commander Valen has built a camp close by the city.
Valen is here! Take us to his camp.
By your leave. Follow me, my lord.
My prince, we had lost all hope of seeing you return safe. We have no word from Bastion.
Bastion is lost, Valen. We came into this war too late. The General of the Alliance gave his life that I should escape with Relmar.
The deserter. What business did he have at Bastion?
The deserter was fighting, while you and your wondrous army waited, warm and safe, sat upon their asses. I hope the result is pleasing to you, Valen.
Silence, both of you. Relmar saved my life, Valen. For now you will consider him pardoned.
By your will, my lord. And I see that you are escorted by the Freeborn Blades.
In truth, they are escorting the Red Scribes, but their presence is our good fortune. They have already once put the Dead Walkers to rout in the marshes. This woman slew one of their generals before my very eyes. I will tell you more of this later. Now I must speak with my father. Where is he?
No one knows, my prince. The king was still in the royal palace when the river Estelduin fell upon the city.
The river? What happened?
'Twas like a great wave that froze all that it touched. We had seen the approach of the Deadwalkers' vanguard 4 days before, and we had raised Kariltos' defenses in preparation. Not even the sight of 10 juggernauts would have feared us. But we never dreamt that an Ice Lord would come to lead the assault himself. He walked calmly to within an arrow's flight of the gates, never once speaking. And then, the river rose up from its bed to form a gigantic cloud that hung up over Kariltos. We understood our peril too late. Near all of our soldiers stood atop the ramparts or in the streets when the ice cloud fell. All were frozen where they stood. That was his signal to launch their assault, but we were already vanquished. We fought to cover our retreat.
We must find the king!
I know, my prince, but every entry to the city is guarded, and we cannot risk being discovered.
It is clear we will not travel 200 paces if we do not first slay the sentinels close to the encampment. Only then will we be able to attempt to enter the city and save your father.
I'm sorry, but you'll be going without the Freeborn Blades. Our mission here is completed. We will only be able to go on a reconnaissance mission. I had men in Kariltos. If they're still alive, I must do all I can to get them out. But if it's confirmed that they're dead, my company are leaving. The Red Scribes have been delivered to Kariltos. Our contract has been fulfilled.
We are only delivered outside the city gates of Kariltos, Captain. The gold that we owe you lies inside its walls.
We have brought you as close as is possible. I will not send my men to their slaughter. You are in the hands of the Elven army now, Estas, as was promised. The fact that you failed in your mission is not my problem. You can keep your goddamn gold. There's nowhere left in this cursed region to spend it anyhow.
That is regrettable, Captain. Your experience would have been a boon to us. I can only hope you will reconsider your decision.
Some of my soldiers tell me that the Deadwalkers have taken prisoners. Perhaps your own men are amongst those unhappy souls.
Vulcan, we'll make camp close to the south gate. You go and question those lads. With a little luck, one of them might have seen something.
Understood, Captain.
Wait! Wait! There are many powerful creatures around us.
How powerful?
One of them feels too strong, even for you. The others are less able to resist you. You should start with the weaker ones and absorb their energy before taking on the big one. Do you think you can handle it?
I'll let you know after I've tried.
Mercenary, can you give me a hand again? You've been invaluable up to now. There was a library in the city. Could you take a look to see if there are any books left on the object you brought back for me from the temple?
Can you be more specific? I can't go looking for all the books on the shelf on the off chance I get lucky and find the exact info you need.
Maybe I could go with you. I've always dreamed of looking through all the books of the renowned Kariltos library.
Well, let me see. Going into the city isn't really something you do for your health, you know. I can't take the risk. We have to find another solution.
Greetings, mercenary. What can I do for you?
I gotta go.
Greetings, mercenary.
Can I have a look at your...
Mercenary!
Did you see any...
Any what?
Freeborn blades?
Difficult.
Do you know where they...
Only thing I...
What can you... How are they... How did you...
Anyway.
I'm leaving.
Good day, even if the expression isn't necessarily appropriate. Can I help you?
Show me what you have...
If I knew how messed up everything was gonna be. You know what a pain in the ass it was hauling my cart here?
I bet. But we're lucky you followed us. We could use a good blacksmith.
Yeah, well, seeing what's left of the village, it's not like I had a choice. With you around, business is better than ever. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
Let's see what you made this time.
What is it, Vulcan?
I wanted to ask. The blades were...
Generally...
What do you think? Do you know... Let's change the... I wanted to ask. Let's change this. I gotta go.
Mercenary, I owe you my life. I'll never forget that.
Do you know...
I knew him. He and I... But Relmar defied my father's authority, and openly...
He had a good reason for it. It's true that going into this war without preparation would have been mad. At least you're still here, unlike a lot of people. He should have obeyed his king.
That's what I believe. We would have been massacred like the others if we'd fought from the beginning of the conflict. Relmar betrayed his people, his king, and his best friend. He weakened us by trying to divide us. And understand that I'm not saying this lightly.
Why did the elves enter the war so late?
That decision cost us dearly. It isn't easy to watch the other peoples of Vertiel suffer and fall one after the other. But our king felt that we needed to gain time. We had information about the Deadwalkers that led us to be careful. Long before the war officially began, they were already crushing all of their opponents far to the north.
And you said nothing? You could have warned the other kingdoms.
We told them. We told them to avoid the fight, to flee and regroup. They didn't listen to us. So we preferred to stay neutral and not provoke the Ice Lords. They must have known they couldn't defeat us without losing a large part of their strength. So they saved the greatest prize for the last. We thought that our best trained troops could hold them. We underestimated them, and neglected to take into account the fact that each army they defeated made them stronger.
Are you from Carolthas?
Yes, I was born there. I spent most of my life there. Carolthas is one of the most ancient of our cities. I mean, it was. We knock things down so seldom that the city is built in layers. But I've unfortunately never visited the underground levels, and I'm unfamiliar with the passageways then. I suppose that's...
I'll be going now.
Vulcan, I hope you've got good news.
What's the situation between here and the city?
We've lost control of the outlying areas. The Deadwalkers have set up 2 watchtowers and are patrolling the Carolthas perimeter. If we make the slightest sortie, they'll spot us.
2 towers, huh? I could take them for you, if it would give us some breathing room.
That would let us try to execute some sorties. Up to you. But if you do try it, I'd be much obliged if you would let me know as quickly as possible. Because that breathing room won't last long before the Deadwalkers realize something's up.
I'll take care of the Deadwalker patrols.
Very good. Remember to come see me when it's done, so we can make the most of the situation.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you. Do you have any information about what's going on in the city?
Very little. I can only trust what the last soldiers who got out have said. Apparently, most of the Deadwalker troops have left, including Lord Blackfrost. He assigned one of his concubines to control the region, but I have no idea what kind of creature we're dealing with. That said, if the Ice Lords keep to their usual tactics, they'll clean up the last pockets of resistance and start transferring their prisoners.
I'll take care of the Deadwalker patrols.
Very good. Remember to come see me when it's done, so we can make the most of the situation.
I still haven't found your passageway beneath the city.
It's there, somewhere, and we have to find it. It's our only chance.
I'll be going now.
be watching this sector. Thank you for your help, mercenary. The going's a bit steep.
Thanks for the help, mercenary. We're going to keep watch in this sector.
Greetings, mercenary. I hope you're here to help us defeat the Deadwalkers.
The way is clear. I took out the Deadwalker patrols.
And my men are in position. Good work. We'll be able to keep an eye on the entire zone and avoid any unpleasant surprises.
Nothing new in the city suburbs?
They still control the perimeter. If the Deadwalkers are aware of our presence, they're hiding it well.
I still haven't found your passageway beneath the city.
It's there, somewhere, and we have to find it. It's our only chance.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you. How did you survive the battle at Carolthas?
I was lucky. When we got wind of the arrival of the Deadwalkers, our king sent me to reconnoiter. I was outside Carolthas when they attacked. Over the days that followed, I tried to gather together as many survivors as I could. Alas, that was all I could do.
What can you tell me about the prince?
I understand what you're asking. Is he up to it? The answer is yes. Since the start of this war, the prince has always been in the front line. He has demonstrated skill and courage, sometimes endangering his own life. He has, of course, taken some unnecessary risks, but the situation was different then. I think he'll be more cautious in the future.
I see. The young prince wanted to prove to his father that he was deserving of his affection.
He was merely seeking to protect his people.
Do you know if there's any other resistance in Vertial?
The rare information I get these days is not good. Several human kingdoms have capitulated unconditionally. The Chiller has apparently laid waste to one of the major elf settlements in the east. We have no news of the others. There are probably pockets of resistance, but they are tiny and have no hope against the Deadwalkers.
This war is lost. Thou wouldst better find the deepest pit and cower there until all is over.
It is my duty to fight to the last breath, regardless of what chance you think we have of succeeding.
What can you tell me about the prince?
I understand what you're asking. Is he up to it? The answer is yes. Since the start of this war, the Prince has always been in the front line. He has demonstrated skill and courage, sometimes endangering his own life. He has, of course, taken some unnecessary risks, but the situation was different then. I think he'll be more cautious in the future.
I see. The young prince wanted to prove to his father that he was deserving of his affection.
He was merely seeking to protect his people.
What can you tell me about the prince?
He was mere...
I'll be going now.
Be careful. There are many Deadwalkers out there.
Hey, Buffalo. I see nobody managed to kill you yet.
Not before I've seen you blown up by one of your toys.
Have you had the time to talk to the human soldiers?
Yes, but they didn't say much. I don't think they trust us, or the Red Scribes, or anyone for that matter. They were just as stupid as we were. They thought they were going to join up with a great army to be safe. As you can imagine, they're a little disappointed.
You think they'll stay?
I don't think they're in any mood to fight. Once they've seen to their wounded, they'll be out of here the first chance they get.
What do you think happened here?
That we are no more than fucking insects to those bastard Ice Lords. Just one of them was able to wipe out the city with magic. We have no choice if we follow the rules. We have to find another way. Maybe your little flame problem could be a solution.
Well, for now, you don't know shit.
Tell you what, if you save our asses, I'll buy a round of drinks every day for the rest of my life.
Now that's the kind of motivation I like. How's the company doing?
If you were to spend less time hanging around with your new friends, you'd know. It's not wine and roses. Already there weren't many of us, and now it looks like our only hope of success in this goddamn war is lying over there, colder than my granny's tomb. We can't last too long in this situation. The captain has to decide to make a move.
I figure the Deadwalker army will find us before we get a chance to desert. What do you think happened to you? Well, for...
Tell you what.
Now that's... I'm going...
Knight knows this region well. He came here once before while he was protecting a delegation from the Alliance on their way to visit with the King of the Elves. He would like to reconnoiter the area. He thinks he can find things that would be of great use to his friend.
If you think you can find something useful, go ahead. But remember, the position of the camp must stay secret. And try and come back in one piece.
What is it, Vulcan?
I wanted to ask you. What do you think of this situation?
The same as I always thought. That all of this fuss has made absolutely no difference. We are in the shite, and the only sensible thing to do is get the hell out of here as quick as possible.
You don't think we have any chance of winning?
How can you ask yourself that question, standing in front of this devastation? Either you're blind or stupid. Good gods, a whole army was decimated in the blink of an eye.
What do you think of this situation?
The same as I always thought. That all of this fuss has made absolutely no difference. We are in the shite, and the only sensible thing to do is get the hell out of here as quick as possible.
You don't think we have any chance of winning?
How can you ask yourself that question, standing in front of this devastation? Either you're blind or stupid. Good gods, a whole army was decimated in the blink of an eye.
Do you know Carol Thas?
I came here a long time ago, at the beginning of the war. We hoped at the time the elves would help us. I was soon disavowed of that little fantasy. And there they were, all safe and sound in their city, totally disinterested in taking any risk for any other races. I didn't stay long. When I learned that there was a battle brewing, and that the last of the human armies were gathering here, I sent a couple of our lads hoping to recruit some good men.
The Blades who were in the city, do you think they made it?
I hope so. I really hope so. After all, they shouldn't have been taking part in the battle. With a bit of luck, they weren't in the front lines when the ice wave struck. Generally, the Ice Lords don't kill those they capture. They like to keep their prisoners close by. Let's hope that our lads are amongst them, and maybe we can free them.
Let's change the subject. I gotta go.
I wish I could go out on a recon, but the captain says I have to stay here.
Mercenary.
I'm leaving.
Vulcan, I hope you've got good news.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you. What can you tell me about the prince?
I understand what you're asking. Is he up to it? The answer is yes. Since the start of this war, the prince has always been in the front line. He has demonstrated skill and courage, sometimes endangering his own life. He has, of course, taken some unnecessary risks, but the situation was different then. I think he'll be more cautious in the future.
I see. The young prince wanted to prove to his father that he was deserving of his affection.
He was merely seeking to protect his people.
What can you tell me about the prince?
I understand what you're asking. Is he up to it? The answer is yes. Since the start of this war, the prince has always been in the front line. He has demonstrated skill and courage, sometimes endangering his own life. He has, of course, taken some unnecessary risks, but the situation was different then. I think he'll be more cautious in the future.
I see. The young prince wanted to prove to his father that he was deserving of his affection.
He was merely seeking to protect his people.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you. I still haven't found your passageway beneath the city.
It's there, somewhere, and we have to find it. It's our only chance.
I'll be going now.
How can I help you, mercenary?
How did you get out of your coma in the village?
I don't know. All I know is that I opened my eyes and heard the sound of fighting. I just had the time to grab my weapon and get out into the village square. It looked like the general of the Deadwalkers was waiting for me. Sometimes, the sense of duty is more powerful than the pain of wounds.
So all that bullshit about the cures was useless?
You'll never know. Maybe I would have woken up sooner, but I don't blame you. From what I was told, I was in a desperate state, and you had other things to do.
I'll be going now. Damn, it's freezing in here. Aren't you cold?
I've spent many winters in libraries with no heating. After that, you hardly notice the cold. Which reminds me, do you know if the library in the city is still intact?
No idea. You looking for any book in particular?
Not a book, many books. The elves have the most advanced culture in the world. Their libraries contain works of inestimable value. We should find them. They could be useful to us.
Nothing to report.
Vulcan, I have to talk to you about Edwin. I saw you getting friendly with her. You should be more careful. She is not what she pretends to be.
I know she's not playing straight with us. She's got her little secrets, just like everyone else.
You don't understand. It's a lot more serious than little secrets. I found some very worrying information in one of the last books I read. 200 or 300 years ago, there were other groups of sages and magicians, like the Red Scribes. One of these orders was called the White Lords.
So you think that they were the ancestors of the Ice Lords or something? What does that have to do with Edwin?
I'm getting to that. The White Lords lived in the north of Vertio, out in the ice. We know little about them. For a long time it was believed they had disappeared. But in reality, they somehow transformed themselves. And in one of the books that I consulted, I found an engraving of a woman, one of their leaders. It was the portrait of that witch.
I understand why you're angry with her, but you're taking it too far. You're overreacting.
Maybe I am overreacting, but you don't seem capable of reacting at all. She's been lying to you ever since you dragged her out of that cage, and one day, she'll stick a knife in your back.
We'll see. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
We need to talk about your combat style.
What do you want me to do?
In fact, you fight just great. Don't change a thing.
All right.
Nothing to report.
Now I've seen everything. The Deadwalkers kicking each other's asses.
I beg your pardon?
What? This one talks. What the hell are you? A lich? A zombie scribe?
We've only known one another a few seconds, and already you insult me. Charming, I must say.
If you aren't one of them, then what are you?
I am an immortal superior spirit. And you?
So, you're an Ice Lord? I thought you'd be taller or something.
I have absolutely no involvement with that bunch of cheapskate conjurers, and I would never humiliate myself by working for them, since that's what you seem to be suggesting.
Oh yeah? Rotting flesh, check. Bones sticking out, check. Shitty complexion, check. You sure as hell look like a damn Deadwalker to me.
Tut tut. Did no one ever tell you not to judge a book by its cover? It's true that you're young, but use your wits. Would I be fighting my own troops if what you suggest were the truth?
All I can be sure of is that you're not really alive. And that means you're my enemy. Plus the fact, you're in my way.
Enough! I yield. This rotting body will not survive more punishment. In all my 6,000 years, I have never witnessed such power. You seem to be as unique a being as I am. What is the source of your power? What are you?
I've created a new form of magic based on fire.
Ah, do you follow the 7 laws of entropic change, or the conservation of telluric flux capacitors?
Yeah. What you said.
That's what I thought. Never mind. You want to keep your little secrets, but I shall take great pleasure in discovering what they are. So I'm definitely coming with you, at least for as long as it takes to find out what is really within your body.
What if I say no?
Well, I suppose we could go back to beating each other up, though I suspect you'll get bored of it eventually. I did mention to you that I'm immortal, didn't I? So why don't we avoid such a futile waste of time and just try to get on? You'll start to appreciate how charming I am eventually. Just wait and see. So how shall we begin our newfound friendship?
I have to go into Carolthas. You seem to know your way around. Come with me.
But of course, there is no finer guide than myself. I know a secret way into Carolthas.
I need to ask you something.
Is it gray?
Yeah, that's it.
You imagine it's a and you would...
Well...
Excellent. If you play...
Who are you?
I've been...
6,000...
You're too kind. Whereas...
That's nothing. I want to... In 6... What do you know? Why did you... Talk to you later. city is an open grave.
A tomb where the dead may not rest in peace. Cruel, yet inventive.
You'd know all about that. We'll be lucky if we find any survivors.
Hey, you! Help us! Look out! Up there!
We need help.
You there! Help us!
Shh! Keep it down. There's still patrols around. We're looking for other members of the Freeborn Blades. That mean anything to you?
The what? What's that?
The Freeborn Blades, a mercenary company.
Huh. Yeah, I heard of them. I think they're in the southern part of the city. That's where the king was last seen. Maybe you can find him.
The king? What do you mean?
I can't be certain he's still there. Maybe he's been captured. We can only hope that he's still alive.
Prince Arundel. What are you doing here, my lord?
I followed you, Vulcan. I must save our king, with or without your aid. What is this thing?
I don't know, but it doesn't look right.
Son? My boy? Can it be you?
Oh, fuck.
By all the gods. Father? It cannot be!
Do not look upon me. I am so sorry. Do not stay here. Take the crown and leave this place.
Oh, Father. But what have they done to you?
I surrendered. Lord Blackfrost told me that you were slain. But Marshal Winter's army had left no survivors at Bastion. I had not the strength to even raise my sword. And so he changed us, remade us, the other nobles and I, and all those who had taken refuge in the palace. He wanted me to witness our end, so that I would live without defeat and news of your death for eternity. But you are alive. You live. Your mother and I are so relieved to know you live.
Mother? But how can I release you from this curse?
My son, if you only knew how sorry we are. You cannot save us. We are condemned to this abomination. You must slay us. The others, the Queen, the Count, all of these people. I feel their suffering. Hear their screams within me. Put an end to it, I beg you. Free us that our souls may be with you.
Sire, I can take care of this, if you want me to.
For pity, my boy. Whatever you decide. Take the crown.
There is more power lying hid in this twisted corpse than in a dozen juggernauts. I will not stand by and watch those blood-sucking necromancers steal it from me once more.
Sire, please step aside.
What are you doing?
I'm taking back the power that was stolen from the World Heart.
How dare you? That is my father, the King of Caralthas. I have to perform the funeral rite to free his soul. Have you no respect?
Respect for him that joineth with the Dead Walkers? Ah, I think not.
We have to get back to the camp before the Dead Walkers come for us. The death of one of the Liches is bound to have gotten their attention.
I will come soon. I must first perform a ritual to free my father's soul from this unholy carcass so that it may stay with me.
I'll wait outside.
We can't afford to wait for Arundel. Not in his condition. The Deadwalkers will be scouring the city to find out who killed their Lich. We gotta get back to the camp, fast.
Dost thou feel the power of the World Heart flowing through us since thou didst absorb the Lich?
I feel a little stronger, but it isn't enough.
It is far from over. This power comes straight from the Necromancers, who sucked it from the World Heart. We must starve them.
A Deadwalker. Guards! Guards!
Take it easy, calm down. He's with me, and he isn't dangerous.
But it is a Deadwalker.
Don't get him started on that, please. Yes, he's a kind of zombie, immortal thing. But he's not part of the Deadwalker army.
Fear not, my young friend. I don't eat elves. They play havoc with my digestion. So you're not at any risk from me.
I'd like you to go and talk to the Red Scribes about what you know. You over there. Get off your ass and escort our friend here to the Red Scribes.
If that is what you wish, I hope to see you later.
They attacked the wrong person. How dare they condemn our king to such a macabre fate? My father. It's time for us to repay the Deadwalkers in kind. I want to see them destroyed, so not a single one of those dead ever dare set foot in our streets again. We're going to launch a massive assault to take back our city. It is time to turn the tide of this war. Vulcan, we will need you, and your extraordinary abilities. We have to send a small group to open the city gates. I'm counting on you. I know that you can be stealthy and incredibly effective. A few soldiers will be going with you. This is our best chance. Black Frost doesn't seem to be here anymore, and most of his forces went with him.
Though this prince knows it not, he is of use. The Necromancer's palace will take us to the World Heart. If he wishes to distract our enemy, all the better.
All right. Count me in on this mission, but nothing more. I don't intend to take part in the fighting to retake the city, but your last stand coincides with my objectives. Black Frost should find your army fascinating. He'll send a large part of his troops against you, and he might even show up in person. And as it appears that his realm is one of the paths to the World Heart, that'll clear the way for me.
I would have preferred more assistance, but that'll have to do. This will be a magnificent battle.
If you say so.
Thou doth make a great error. The only thing that counts is reaching the World Heart. And the Necromancer, or rather his palace, is the key. We should go there now.
The knight would like to talk to his friend about an ancient ritual. For it is said that wisdom and strength often reveal themselves through the mists of time.
A ritual? Considering what happened to me the last time I was at one of those, I probably should listen to you. So, what's it about?
Where the knight comes from, the bravest warriors are permitted to take part in a dangerous but powerful rite. They must search for special ingredients to make a potion for themselves that they then drink. Only the very strong survive. But if they live, they gain the experience and skills of many warriors long dead, and thus each of their blows becomes more deadly.
And you did this? This potion?
Yes. The knight accomplished this ritual many years ago, and he carries within him the wisdom of all the great warriors of Alkander. It made him much stronger, and he is sure that if an exceptional warrior was to go through this same ritual, the effects would be many times more powerful.
Uh-huh. So, it looks like I'm going off looking for outlandish ingredients again. But hey, if it's for a good cause.
The knight has prepared a list. His friend must now search for all the ingredients written on it.
I'm on it.
Vulcan, come here. I need to talk to you about something. While you were in the city, the Deadwalkers apparently began stirring. Several scouts have disappeared without a trace. They can't just have been ambushed by chance. Someone must have given their routes to our enemies. I'm afraid we have a traitor among us. Though if that's the case, I don't understand why we haven't been attacked by the Deadwalkers yet. What's really troubling is that these disappearances pretty much correspond to your arrival here, which means that your living dead friend is the prime suspect. Even if it's just as possible that it's one of the Red Scribes, or even one of your people.
And why can't it be one of your people?
Why would he do that? And above all, why would he wait until now to betray us?
With your army decimated, and hearing that the king's dead, a soldier might really decide that the war's lost. There's no more hope. Day after day, hoping for a miracle. That gives way to the darkest of miseries. And in the end, he's had it, and wants it over and done with.
Maybe. Regardless, we have to find the spy and silence him. You have demonstrated your effectiveness and discretion. Can you take care of this?
Of course. I'll look into it.
So, did you find a book on what we found?
Here's a book that should have information on your sphere.
Excellent. Let me have a look at it. Oh, what a gem. A real mine of knowledge. This Tear of the World Heart is actually a kind of container. Inside it, there's raw power that makes whoever is connected to the World Heart more powerful. I believe I should give it to you, so you can make use of it.
problem.
broken. Is that you? Help us get out of here!
Headed the southeast, you'll find an entry in the support pillar. Take that passage, and then look for an opening in the cliff face. The rest of the company is hidden there.
Got it. There's another camp of prisoners over there in the west. Not any of our guys, but maybe we should try to free them anyhow. Do you want us to give you a hand?
No, get out of here.
See you back at the camp. Good luck.
Gonna need it.
What the hell is that? Guards! Guards!
Calm down, Smithy. I'm on your side.
Our side? With a face like that? You think I'm stupid? Guards!
Fool! If I had wished him ill, his bones would even now be crackling over the flames.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I heard you managed to get back my equipment from the forge. I can't believe it. Do you have the hammer?
Yes, I have your hammer. Here. You can put it to better use than me.
Thank you! Finally, I can do something useful. All this battered and bent equipment is going to be superb again. At least our soldiers will die with dignity.
You got a weird way of looking at things. Anyway, I've got some supplies I could sell you if you need anything.
Excellent. Don't take this badly, but I have to get to work right away.
Excellent. See you later. An undead? In our camp? Aren't you afraid it'll communicate with its masters?
It's a calculated risk. Your friend Edwin told me that she can interrogate those creatures, so we captured one.
You really can do some pretty weird things.
Listen, Vulcan. We're not going to turn down any information. If we can find out how to haul our asses out of the fire, I don't see how it can hurt. Ready to make it talk?
If our fire breather doesn't need me right away, I can start getting ready.
Excellent. Let's start the interrogation.
Listen, Maggot Head. You're going to tell us everything you know.
That's not quite how it works, Captain. It can't just answer questions like that. Tell me what you want to know, and I'll dig around in its memory to find the answers.
In that case, why not dig everything out, so we don't miss anything?
Even for someone as skilled as me, that could take weeks. Its brain, however limited, is like an immense archive that contains both recent memories and memories of its past life.
All right. I want to know if that bastard Black Frost really has left the area.
Let me concentrate. Yes. I see him raising the wave and turning the whole city into ice. This soldier must have been at his feet. Then he gave the order to attack and gave orders to several powerful undead. Apparently he left right after. He appears nowhere else in its memory.
What are those powerful dead you were talking about?
I see a flying...
So is the army being commanded by a Tormentor now?
No, I don't think so. They make good spies, but poor leaders. That said, I don't see any real generals.
Nothing that looks like that one that attacked the village.
No, but Black Frost will definitely have left someone in charge. Someone he trusts. This soldier just didn't see who.
What were Black Frost's orders?
You have to understand that this creature's ability to comprehend is limited. From what I can see, it was told to keep watch over the city. He asked to be sent living people. Prisoners. The other living people must still be alive and under guard. Other prisoners. And of course, that he be informed in the event of trouble.
Does he know we entered the city?
This dead thing doesn't anyway. But that doesn't mean a thing, unfortunately. I think that he... Oh no! He saw me!
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Well, well. Probing the spirits of the dead. You can well imagine that this sort of communication goes both ways. So, that's where my dear rebels are hiding, is it?
I must break the link! Right now!